from my point of view, there are lots of things that depend on the U.S. dollar. Even so much Tether, which basically Tether is cryptocurrency that's basically one for one backed by the U.S. dollar. So for every U.S. dollar that's in circulation in the cryptocurrency market, there is a Tether dollar that represents it. Right? To switch to Bitcoin as a reserve currency, that means you would be throwing away, and Tether, in my opinion, would lose all of its valuation and basically be replaced with the Bitcoin and Satoshi paradigm, where basically now you're backing things with Satoshi instead of the US dollar. To make it a reserve currency, I think at this point, you'd have to also be admitting that it's money and it's not a security, but in fact a commodity. All money and currencies are commodities. So I don't think the Fed is ready to admit that and let go of their stake on Bitcoin just yet. Right. But if they are, that definitely would cause a major interruption in the market for every coin that wasn't a well-established coin. So like the Litecoin, the Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, all those guys, they already have an ecosystem that's built around Bitcoin, but everyone else that's built around USDT would come crashing down.
I just can't see that happening. What do you think, Josh?
Well, I mean, the irony here is, I was really opposed to this when we first discussed this, thinking that it was really not something that was ever going to happen, because there were just, I mean, crypto is a made up asset. And so when you boil it down to what is its actual valuation, you got to boil it down to literally the definition of what value is. And it's just based on opinion. This is something that really has been artificially created. Now it has more backing, and we actually have examples of crypto-backed currencies. There are various countries that actually have this already rolled out, and so at the time it seemed something that was way out of bounds, but now it is actually something that is coming to fruition. And, it really could potentially roll out, and, it still continues to blow my mind.
Yeah, it does mine too. And of course, us apes, we have a really hard problem with things being tied to crypto and being used as leverage / placeholders / this is a 1-for-1 share. No, it's not. It's been proven that it's not, and that things have been, let's just say, FTDs have been satisfied based off of made up crap. So we won't. That's a whole nother show. But that is one of the things that a lot of apes have had problems with, is these crap coins that have been tied to 1-for-1 shares and probably used as collateral or leverage to just borrow quote shares to satisfy shorts, etc. Whole other thing, but it's another thing that we don't like as apes in general. Speaking of,
they're
go ahead.
Doing, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
So another thing that they're doing that basically people are accepting is the fact if they did switch to a Bitcoin type currency, now basically every single transaction for everything that you do once your wallet has been identified as yours is public knowledge.
Which is exactly what Bitcoin was created to not to cure.
Right.
Exactly.
Based off anonymity, and now we're just coming full circle.
Well, it's still based off anonymity, but banks won't touch your wallet unless it's tied to you. So it means it's decentralized. They can't stop the transaction, but they can see every transaction that comes through.
And let's not forget the reason that some people, especially the older guys that are in finance, poo-pooed it, if you will. That's two hands of poo. When they were talking about it, right? Because it was like, this is all tied to corrupt things, because it's being used to transfer a placeholder of money from one bad organization to another organization without anybody knowing, and no track or trace. And to me, I think a lot of people world leaders included, may be being paid in Bitcoin or some type of crypto to do whatever they're doing and to execute whatever master plan that's out there that is happening now between now and, let's just make up a random year like 2030 to get to that point. So sorry to take that little dive off, but Bitcoin is a great way to do things that you don't want to be tracked or traced, in spite of what you guys just said about now it is going to be tracked and traced. But that's only if it goes to through the central bank system. Is that what we're saying here?
Everything goes through the central bank. Don't let them lie to you.
Well, yeah, but now
really,
and what they're doing with trying to tie this to, like if you're trying to get a loan based off your Bitcoin assets or something like that, you're gonna have to, they're going to want to know your wallet number and that. Okay, but the people, and so that's going to remove the anonymity, which is great, except that who it's going to benefit most are the people who have enough money that they don't need to borrow and can remain anonymous.
It can be used that way for sure. For sure it can.
Yep.